I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, you know, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Come on! What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
What it do, nephew? It's your Uncle Lou, and I'm coming at you with some... Oh, man. Feels like bad news. Jimmy Butler has requested a trade from the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat seem to finally be on the same page of trading Jimmy Butler and accepting his request. Now, guys, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I am a die-hard Heat fan since day one. And honestly, I am disgusted with this whole situation. I am actually upset with how it's actually turning out. Yeah, Jimmy, I think it's time for the team to separate. I actually do think it's time to move on. It's the hero ball era. Bam. It's time for him to get a point guard. Time to go get Fox if he's available now. And then if not, just get some picks and build in the offseason. For one, not try to get a free agent in 26. But the way that it's happening, the last, 6 years since Jimmy's been here in Miami, he's literally earned my respect. Before he came to the Miami Heat, I really did not think Jimmy Butler to play at the level that he's come to when he came to the Heat. He came to the Heat and he literally exceeded all of my expectations, like earned my respect. He's done everything that he could for the Miami Heat. And I said all that to say, I am very disappointed with even how Pat Riley handled this situation. Like, okay, if we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna move on from Jimmy. It's time. We have a younger team. We're gonna move on to that. But to go on press conference, I've never seen that in all of my years on this planet Earth, and I'm pretty sure anybody can attest to that. I don't even think I've ever seen that in basketball, where in the midst of rumors and everything, the president of basketball operations comes out and says that they are not going to trade this player, right? It's pretty much as if Pat Riley forced the hand of Jimmy Butler for him to come out and request this trade. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do not agree with how everything has turned out, but hey, it is what it is, you know? But I am looking forward to seeing what this trade will be. Oh, and also, before I get into this one, guys, I am very, utterly disappointed with the suspension to Jimmy Butler. That, to tell me that would be the last game, that's going to be the last game Jimmy Butler ever plays for the Miami Heat is terrible. I did not like it. Now, if it's things that we don't know behind the scenes, which I'm pretty sure is probably hinting to that, maybe not showing up to practice or missing out on shoot-arounds and stuff. I know I see videos floating around online of him during warm-ups and during the games not taking it seriously and whatnot, but, you know, that's neither here or there. Now, here, I got a video from Stephen A, and he's pretty much just covering the topic as well. Shout out to him as well. He just hit 1 million subscribers, guys. Make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and Uncle Lou. Share the video with somebody nice to you, and then hit that subscription and notification bell. 10K in 2025. Now, without further ado, nephew, it's your Uncle Lou.
I feel compelled to start off today's show with some news because Jimmy Butler, star of the Miami Heat, is making some noise. There have been rumors over the last several weeks that indeed he wanted out, even though his agent, Bernie Lee, had denied it at that time. Nevertheless, it's been made official because we heard from Jimmy Butler himself, and boy, did we all hear from him. When he spoke up, it was not that pleasant if you are Pat Riley and the Miami Heat. This does not seem to be a star that wants to stay near South Beach. Nevertheless, you don't usually hear such things from a player playing for Pat Riley, but you heard it last night.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball, and wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, you know, off the court, but I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Damn.
Now, what Jimmy Butler said right there, I'm not at all angry with what he said. Like, you guys, I always try to put it into perspective. Yes, you're well paid, but if you had a very well-paying job and you're just not happy at that job and you wanted other opportunity elsewhere, I think you should go seek employment elsewhere. Even if you're under contract, if you have the possibility to do so, go ahead, do so. But for Jimmy Butler, you know, he wants that extension. He's 35 years old, and the way that it's trending, would it be like a 4-year contract? I would not give him that extension, especially with the two core pieces that you have with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. You want to try to get another young wing piece that can complement those two players. Now, a point guard for this season right now, De'Aaron Fox, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, he wouldn't be. Him and Bam would in the pick and roll would be crazy. The pace of the Miami Heat would pick up much more, which will help them offensively, which I feel like they've been lacking offensively in the last few years. They tend to get stagnant. In the playoffs, it's good for chess ball, but in terms of scoring, those 120-point games, Miami Heat's not going to be able to maintain that. Now, De'Aaron Fox, a scoring guard that can get up and down, can pass the ball. He has shooters. It'll be a lot of opportunities for a lot of dudes to score. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, move Bam to the 4, Jaime Jaquez to start. Jaime Jaquez is a great role player. I'm not seeing Jaime Jaquez being an all-star player and whatnot. I do see him, he can average a double-double in this league. I could literally see him having close to that. He's a good player, but he is not an all-star player. But I do like Jovic. I think he could definitely be an essential role player in a deep playoff run for the Miami Heat. But yeah, it's just a lot of things. Also, I seen the clip of you guys in Miami. You guys, right, tainting the mural that Jimmy got down there. Y'all tripping, man. I'm going to be honest. Y'all tripping. Jimmy put it all on the line for us. A lot of the places that we've been in the last few years, we couldn't have got there without Jimmy. All right? I know how things turned out lately, but don't even do that. Do not do that. Don't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been covering the NBA for close to 30 years. In that time, I don't recall hearing anybody that has played for Pat Riley when Pat Riley was a coach, since Pat Riley has been president of basketball operations, that have spoken that defiantly against an organization run by Pat Riley. It has never happened. Well, it's happened now. Jimmy Butler wants out, and I'm here to tell you, I can't blame him. When you look at the Miami Heat, presently a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, 17-15, 2 games over 500 at the time that we are recording this show. Nevertheless, nobody has them in the championship equation.
No.
And when you listen to Jimmy Butler, what essentially is it that he is saying? I'll tell you what he's saying. He's saying we're not very good, and we're not going to compete for a championship. We're likely not better than the Milwaukee Bucks. We're probably not better than the...
Hold on. I'm going to let Stephen A. have it. I'm not going to pause it that much for the rest of this video. I'm going to try my hardest. But you're putting words in Jimmy Butler's fucking mouth. Jimmy Butler's not saying none of this shit. Jimmy Butler just want to play and go win a fucking championship, okay? Like, you sitting all fucking... Like, yeah, you doing all this, but stop putting the fucking words in their mouth. Shit.
New York Knicks. We definitely ain't better than the Cleveland...
Fuck the Knicks, okay? Fuck the Knicks. Y'all have a good 5 this year. I give you guys that. You guys have a very good 5. You guys have a 5 that can match up against the Celtics. But y'all are not deep enough, Stephen A. fucking Smith. Y'all should have kept DiVincenzo.
Cavaliers, and we damn sure ain't better than a reigning defending NBA champion, Boston Celtics. In other words, we have no chance at this particular juncture with the team that we presently have in this assembled.
I agree.
If you are the Miami Heat, you can be a bit salty for how Jimmy Butler has chosen to handle this, and we would all understand that.
Not at all.
But respectfully, how wrong is he? We hadn't heard anything from Jimmy Butler up to this point. And when we look at Pat Riley, a person that I've known for years, that I revere and I have a lot of love and respect for, I even have him in my book, Straight Shooter, in terms of the contribution he's made to my life and my career, there is no getting around the fact that Pat Riley, the great Pat Riley, The Winner Within, that was the name of the book that he authored, The Winner Within, who's been a champion on every level as a player, as a coach, as a president of basketball operations. This man knows how to win, and he knows how to build a culture, and he knows how to have structure and order to an organization. He is a leader, and there's no question about that. But when it comes to Jimmy Butler, or the Jimmy Butler era in Miami, one could easily ask, what have you done for him lately? Bam Adebayo can play. But this is not Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic or somebody of that caliber that we're talking about.
I'm going to keep it a fucking stack. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. Even with Jimmy Butler doing what he did in the last few seasons, he should not be getting fucking 52, not from the Miami Heat, I should say. Jimmy Butler should get this money, but not for my team. Not for my team. The way that it's trending and what we're trying to do, we are trying to win championships. $52 million, especially with the way the new TV deal and stuff affect the new CBA and the contracts and whatnot. I'm not too nerdy on that side, but he should not be able to get this kind of money. We don't have this kind of money to our disposal, right? We got to be able to sign somebody that can go out there and get those big points for us, you know? But
okay, let's just get that out the way right now. That's not what's going on here. And when you look at Jimmy Butler, a player option for next season at $52.4 million, who's being paid over $49 million now, just look at some of the stats. Look at this here. Think about it. Minutes per game, 30.8.
dang, you played 30 minutes for how many seasons, bro? He played over 30 minutes for that long? Dude clocked a lot of minutes.
Fewest since 2012, 2013. Scoring average, 17.6. Lowest since 2013, 2014. Now, you would look at those numbers and say, well, Jimmy Butler, that's on you, right? Hold on. Brother shooting 55% from the field. 58% on two-pointers, which means that when you give him the ball, for him to shoot the basketball, it goes in more times than it doesn't. Why isn't he getting it more? Why am I looking at a usage rate of 20.3% for the Miami Heat, which is the lowest on the team? Some dude named Haywood Highsmith has a higher usage rate than Jimmy Butler. How?
No, that's crazy.
How? It makes no sense. Tyler Hero can ball, but he shoots difficult shots at times, so his shot selections leaves a lot to be desired.
That's why the Heat need a legit point guard to get Tyler Hero easier shots. That 24, 25 a game, that can easily go up to 28 points per game. And then you guys are going to be talking about all NBA team. Like, that's little things right there.
Bam Adebayo can ball, but he's not that kind of a stud offensively. Jimmy Butler's the one that got you to 2 NBA finals in a 4 to 5 year period. And what has he been clamoring for over the last 3 summers or so? Help. Now, you're the Miami Heat. You had an opportunity to get Kevin Durant. Didn't work out. You had an opportunity to get Damian Lillard. Didn't work out.
That hurts.
Not only did you not get Damian Lillard, not only did you not get Kevin Durant, but it's in the aftermath of losing LeBron James because LeBron James felt that it was too tight of a ship that Pat Riley was running. I don't know how true that is because we all know that LeBron James had aspirations to go back to Cleveland and make amends for departing from them before delivering a championship to the city who was enduring a 52-year curse before he ended it in 2016. But still in all, it leaves the question, what help has Jimmy Butler gotten? The answer is minimal.
Right.
And because of that is why he's probably said enough. And why he spoke out is because after acknowledging that he wanted out, Pat Riley came out last week and said, we ain't trading him.
Literally.
So he's making it clear, I don't want to be here. And if he doesn't want to be there, why keep him there? To me, it's very, very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think there's anything to think about here. When I think about Jimmy Butler, his 4 options that he would prefer: Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets.
Okay. Now, again, like, we're going to go back from the beginning. Like I said, I'm a diehard Heat fan. The Mavericks, I don't know who you get back from that. Jimmy would definitely, I don't know how much his usage would be better. He would kind of just be a plug-and-play dunker spot kind of guy, playmaker 4 kind of guy. I see him doing that. But it's kind of like who you give up. Clay, maybe like Gafford, or like I don't really see what they're going to give up for Jimmy Butler. Maybe some picks, but Phoenix, Beal, it's like you're giving up a $52 million contract for a $60-something million contract. That's off the table. I don't see the Heat doing that. The Rockets, now, here's the thing. Jimmy has an expiring contract. Now, if, let's say, Houston decides to trade for Jimmy, and they do give us pieces, beautiful pieces, I might say. They're not going to give us Amen Thompson. I would pray for Amen Thompson to come to the Heat. Oh, my goodness. That would... I don't care what the record is. I just need Amen Thompson on the roster. We'll build it from there, right? But that's probably not going to happen. But I like a Cam Whitmore, Reed, I like Reed Shepherd, but I don't necessarily say he fits in Miami. I don't really know what other else's piece that they'll give us or they'll be willing to give us. They definitely do have picks, but they do have a lot of pieces. But Jimmy Butler can easily not re-sign in the offseason. So that's a risk that you're willing to take. The only team out of this 4 that does make the most sense would be Golden State, just because they'll be solving a lot of issues having another playmaker in Golden State. You have a competent defender. And you have a dude that's ready to compete every night, you know what I'm saying? And he can play with another dude like Steph, and then you got Draymond Green, where they're kind of similar in mentalities, close to. So I don't know. The Heat maybe get Kuminga back. I've heard Wiggins. Those are good, definite pieces to get back. I don't really know what the contract situations are for those players, but those are good pieces to have. The main concern that Miami needs to get is what I like to call a 40. Miami needs a guy that's going to go out there, get 40. Like, because that's what the NBA is now. You need a guy that can go and score. Like, Tyler Hero, he's up in his scoring, but he's not a 40-point per night kind of guy, where like a Luka can go for 40. Tatum, Shea, Donovan Mitchell. These guys can kind of will themselves to 40. And Tyler Herro's doing it on a 25 to 35 level right now. But that 40 to 50, 60 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So if Miami can get that and definitely get rebounding. Like, people are saying, oh, we need a legit 5. Like, rebounding. Like, a good defensive team is an even better defensive team when you finish possessions with rebounding. So rebounding the ball.
Number 1. Number 2, he's probably worried that Pat Riley gonna send him someplace that he don't want to go to a moribund franchise mired in basketball purgatory that has a shot in hell of winning anything. Because when you speak out, Pat Riley's not gonna do you any favors now. But if I'm Jimmy Butler, or shall I say, if I'm one of those teams interested in Jimmy Butler,
I love you, Jimmy, but you gotta go to Sac with my boy Debo. I know y'all cool like that, so you be all right. All right, we just need Fox.
Listen, there's a case that could be made.
Get them Kentucky boys. Fox, Hero, bam.
Jimmy Butler.
We'll build from there.
With Luka and Kyrie, yeah, I don't know if you need that, but it's not a losing proposition. Jimmy Butler with the Houston Rockets, a young team. Yeah, he can help their veteran leadership, but they already got Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet. But Jimmy Butler doesn't hurt.
No, he could fit.
Let's call it what it is. The Golden State Warriors.
Let me say this as a cliff note. This is going to be the last time I pause. But I think that he can play pretty much anywhere. Let me add that as well. Jimmy Butler can play almost anywhere. He can play anywhere. Jimmy Butler can play on any team.
Steph Curry.
Except
you need another
Miami
Klay
Heat
Thompson.
right now.
You don't need a Jimmy Butler in my estimation, even though Jimmy Butler with Draymond Green in the same locker room. That's some fire for you, bro.
Yeah.
It could go either way, but I think it would be a positive more so than a negative, personally, because I think they're both winners. The ideal landing spot for Jimmy Butler is the Phoenix Suns. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just telling you what I know based on reporting on the league for all of these years. The Phoenix Suns are an ultra-talented team with a lot of offensive firepower. Nevertheless, they are considered a team as soft as cottonelle tissue. Nobody is concerned about their toughness, and toughness is what gets it done for you in the playoffs. If you are the Phoenix Suns, you should get on your knees if you have to and beg Bradley Beal to waive that no-trade clause and take his ass to Miami. There's no state income taxes there. The weather is beautiful, along with various other things that we won't mention here. And you should look forward to going to South Beach. No state income taxes. Warm weather. Got hurricanes in the summertime and stuff like that, but damn it, you ain't gonna be there. You're gonna be in one island or another. You understand? Wonderful wife, wonderful family. Bradley Beal's good people. Go to Miami, dog. Go to Miami. Let Jimmy Butler go out to Phoenix, Arizona. Because Jimmy Butler in that locker room with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker as his teammate, with Mike Budenholzer as a coach, with skilled but soft-ass Nurkic as your big man, let me tell you something. That culture would change quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's where I'm at with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler should be a Phoenix Sun. Ishbur and the rest of Phoenix's hierarchy, do what you can to get your hands on Jimmy Butler. And then you won't be in the middle of things in the Western Conference. You'll be at the top of the heap. You feel?
Now, I actually agree with what Stephen A. said there at the end. I think for the Phoenix Sun, Jimmy Butler definitely elevates their team. But Bradley Beal doesn't make the Miami team. Well, let me reframe that. Bradley Beal is a 40 guy, like I said. He can go get you 40, 50. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Bradley Beal's still, like, I think he's early 30s, late 20s. But he's a guy that can go and get the 35 to 45 range on any given night, you know? But, again, like I said, the contract. You're giving a guy that's going to make $52 million to a guy that's $60 million. A few years ago, I would have loved to have Bradley Beal there before the Wizards gave him that huge contract. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't really see how that helps Miami. It tightens in everything up more in Miami, if anything. So, but I'm pretty interested to see how this whole thing plays out. As a Heat fan, I'm anxious. I hope we get somebody good. The worst that I'm hoping that we get is Fox, and that's saying a lot because De'Aaron Fox is an all-NBA, all-star kind of player. So, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. You know where to find me.